Today's episode of the Steezy and Easy MMA Hour is sponsored by Shroom Bar, the protein mushroom bar. It's made up of not psychedelics, but 4 powerful mushroom adaptogens. It has lion's mane, which increases focus, memory, and neuroplasticity, making it easier to form new patterns and learn new things. It has cordyceps, which increases VO2, blood flow, and overall endurance. It has reishi, which decreases stress, and it also has turkey tail, which boosts your immune system. And if you go to eatshroombar.com right now and use promo code Steezy and Easy, you will get 30% off your first order. Again, the website is eatshroombar.com, promo code Steezy and Easy. And thank you very much, Shroom Bar, for sponsoring this episode. What it do, what it don't do. We're back with another episode of the Steezy and Easy MMA Hour, and today we have a very, very special guest in the building. This man is a Bellator vet. This man is a UFC vet. But most importantly, this man is the current Karate Combat light and heavyweight champion of the world, fresh off his knockout of one of the greatest kickboxers in the history of kickboxing, Smilin Sam Alvey. Thank you so much, and congratulations on your win.
Hey, how's it going? Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you coming on, brother. Well, we have been wanting you on here for years because my guy here to the left of me has been wanting to ask you a question. He's been wanting to call you out in a particular thing, so I'm going to go ahead and let him get that off right off the back.
Bro, you don't put me on this. I'm rusty now, but I saw that Smash Bros was your game, man, and I grew up on that. I've been playing since I was a kid. I got to play you sometime. I'm rusty now. It's been years, but that's like one of my favorite games. That Alex B.
Which game was that?
Smash Bros.
Oh yeah, I'm the world's greatest Smash Bro outside of Asia.
That's just one of my favorites, man. I grew up on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love it. It was so much more fun back then because you're all in the same room. Now you play online, and I hate playing online. I want to be able to yell at the people sitting next to me as I smash people.
100%, man. I got to let you know that what you're doing isn't morally correct if you're on top of the map spamming at me. Like, I want you to see my face and know that you're playing another human being, man. But that's just something I grew up on.
Yeah. I'm also... Yeah, you look at the professional Smash Bros. I hate the way they play. They all knock them in the air and they just smash them down. They don't do any left and right takeouts, and it drives me nuts.
There's no honor, bro.
Hover around the corner. It's not the way the game was supposed to. None. You gotta fight me like a man.
No, it sounds like you'd be fun to play. I mean, that's how I play, man. I don't play to win. I play for like honor and like just to challenge myself.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. So what else?
Who's your character?
Mine, anybody heavy. I like
Oh, you like the heavy guys, huh? I am a big Bowser fan. I love fighting with Bowser. Yeah.
Hell yeah, the drop
Link
kick,
though is my number one. The drop kick is just it's almost an instant KO every time. It's beautiful.
I don't want to have
Link
to juggle.
I had the most fun with. Samus is right in there. The original Smash Bros. I was Fox all day though. He got
dude.
Too spammy, a little too fast for me now.
No, I couldn't agree more. You're speaking my language. I'm a Legend of Zelda fan. You know, Majora's Mask was probably one of my favorite games growing up. So I tried to stick with Link, but over the years, I got into the heavier characters.
Yeah, I can't blame you. I like Link, but I understand his shortcomings in the game.
Hell yeah, man. I didn't think I'd ever be able to bullshit with you about Smash Bros, man. That's bucket list shit. Hell yeah.
I am Smash Bros illiterate. You guys are speaking a foreign language to me right now.
I can tell my man's a veteran.
Oh, you gotta start playing. You gotta start playing. The game's addicting. It's just as much fun as you can have.
Hand-eye coordination.
I don't think it's a bad game personally. I'm just horrible at it. And you don't usually play games you're bad at. So I just steer clear from it just because I'm not good at it. It's not. I get.
That's where I am with Call of Duty. I never played Call of Duty, so now if I play Call of Duty, I'm playing with a bunch of people who've played their entire lives, and it's like, well, I'm just dying. That's all I do now.
You play on Xbox or you play on PlayStation?
I play on the Switch. No, I mean Call of Duty. I'll play. I don't even have it. I play it whenever I played it a few times. But no, I'm more of a Switch guy. I have an Xbox, I have a PlayStation, but the Switch is where it's at.
Okay.
The new
Well,
one?
if you ever get Call of Duty, we can definitely get down, and I'll help you. I'm good at that one. Are there any other games besides Smash Brothers you like?
Well, I mean, pretty much anything on the Switch, all the big ones. Zelda, I love every Zelda game. Breath of the Wild is fantastic. Okay. You say Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask, I like. However, you can't beat that game fully without the internet. I hated that part about it. Like,
no, there's no way you're 100%.
If you want to get the Omni Link, you get the internet. Oh, and it drove me nuts because I'm a guy, when it comes to Zelda, I want to do everything. I want to beat the game 100%. And Majora's Mask is like, I couldn't do it. Like, you needed to be on day 3 of this and that, the right place, wearing the right mask, and to get that. It was a nice trying to get that Omni Link. But hey, when you get it, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, like there's the dude at the very beginning who's like running with a bag and a mask, and it's like if you don't shoot him and get that mask from him, you're just screwed. Like there goes your 100%. You got to restart. It's that simple, bro.
Yeah, 100%. You need that. The bunny rabbit mask is like, you've got to get the bunny rabbit mask, otherwise the game is too slow. The bunny rabbit mask makes the game like playable.
Man, this guy has hip the game, bro. I respect that. This man has actually played this stuff. That's beautiful.
Yeah, you guys are definitely on the same spectrum when it comes to games. I'm just more of a sports player, honestly. I play a lot of
Nintendo guy.
I play a lot of NBA and a lot of UFC, and even though I prefer the older UFC games, we were just talking about that before you hopped on.
I've always been in the mindset of, if I can do it in real life, I don't want to play it. If I can actually go and play basketball or football or UFC, I don't want to play the game. So I can go out and do it. Smash Bros, I can't fight Captain Falcon in real life.
I want to.
That's fair.
You get hit with another Falcon punch, or need justice.
Yeah, see, that's fair, but it's also fair to say that it's really hard to get a bunch of people to want to go outside and play a game of basketball in 2025 or football or fighting.
Touché.
Well, maybe not so much fighting around the people you hang around with, but
that's why I have a lot of kids. My kids want to do everything.
Oh, yeah. 6, right?
Yeah, I'm up to 6. And at any moment, they can say, "Hey, kids, you want to go outside and fight?" I say, "Yeah, let's do it."
Hell yeah, dude. You think any of them are going to want to be fighters?
I hope not, man. I hope not. I hope they're all smarter than that, or at least better at other sports than that.
You just paving the way.
That's a good question. So that's not something you would want your kids to follow suit in?
No, absolutely not. I want them to be able to be the baddest dudes on the planet. I want them to be able to beat Anderson Silva. I just want them to do it for a job. It's a rough job.
I respect that.
I hear you on that one. I did pro wrestling on and off for like 20 years, and that is definitely not something I would want my kid to follow suit in at all. That's a rough life, especially if you don't make it big.
Job. That is like my dream job.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, I got to do it once. Yep. The whole reason I got into fighting was I wanted to get my name big enough for the WWE. My entire goal was to be WWE. It hasn't happened yet. I haven't given up faith.
I see the personality, man. I see the mic skills. I see it in your future, man. Like, or at least something you could do. You were what did you do?
I could take a bump too. I could take a bump.
You were on Stone Cold Show or something?
I was the Broken Skull Challenge a few years back. I got on that, and it was So I got to kind of sort of meet him. Like we were in the same room a couple times, and
Yeah.
he had the same personality as he does on screen. Like it's not an act for him.
Hell yeah.
Well, my best advice, I mean, you got the look of a wrestler, you got the persona of a wrestler. As long as you can bump like a wrestler, you're good, and just come up with a creative and innovative move set, and you're good to go. You got the
I've got
name
it.
for it.
My finishing move, my finishing move would be the smiling slam.
What does that consist of? What kind of slam?
Starts off with the suplex, where I've got his back, but it kind of ends in a rock bottom.
Oh, yeah. So
While
you
I get
spin
him
it?
in air, I switch to the front side and put it. Yeah, so he goes up, then I spin myself to the front side. I land on top.
Yeah,
Hell
as a
yeah,
wrestler, as a wrestler, I know that's one of the hardest things to do is create your own unique move because there's so many damn moves. Like,
Oh, I think I can
My
visualize.
my finisher was the frogs. My
Yeah,
finisher was the
they're
frog
all-
splash or the.
Man, shout out to Eddie, man. I was distraught when he passed, bro.
I did it. Mine was more of a
deal.
Mine was more of a D'Lo Brown frog splash than a Eddie Guerrero frog splash.
Okay.
Shout out to D-Lo, bro.
The two. So Rob Van Dam and Eddie Guerrero. Those were the two that were my timeline of who I was all for. And I love Guerrero. Hated RVD. Hated the RVD. Hated it. I was actually, when I was a kid, I was at a WWE event, and I had a sign that said RVD sucks, and they took it from me. The staff came and wouldn't let me have it up. It's like, oh.
I thought that was the whole thing back then. I've seen worse signs.
I was a huge fan of both.
Man, I remember going to the Boys and Girls Club when Eddie won. They were printing out flyers, bro.
I think I emulated Eddie more in the ring, though, for sure.
Man, yeah. It's kind of fucked up, bro, because him and Chris Benoit were my favorite wrestlers. So I had to quit watching, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's about when I fell out.
Yeah,
it was tough, man.
Yeah, hey, man, if you want to, funny story. I've actually wrestled on the same card as Stephan Bonner, rest in peace. But we were on the same card together. He used to do a few shows for the company I wrestled for in San Jose, California.
Who else was on that card? Was there any other MMA fighters?
Yeah. You know what? It was a Royal Rumble. It was a Royal Rumble and the funny thing about that was Stephan Bonner was actually supposed to be the guy to eliminate me in the Rumble, and
Would have been Bonner.
But somebody else threw me out of the ring, and I tried to be fancy and like hang from the ropes. But I'm a tall guy, and I didn't realize how short the apron was, and my feet touched the floor. And I just had to walk away. But that would have been
livid, bro.
Awesome. I was. That would have been an awesome spot that I didn't get to experience because I'm a dummy.
Yeah.
And tried to be cute. But man, I highly suggest. Just don't wait too long, though, man, because time waits for no man.
Yeah, I've done it.
But yeah,
I've done it once.
Thing.
Yeah, I've done it once. The problem is I can't really do it now because I would have to start without paid much, and my job is getting paid. If I get hurt doing something or I'm not getting paid for it, I can't do my real job, and I can't take the risk. It's why I stopped snowboarding. I stopped doing everything where I could get hurt because if I got hurt, I couldn't fight.
Yeah, that's the money, man. What do you plan on doing next?
Yeah. I don't know. I'll figure that out when I get there.
That's fair.
No,
you got
before I started fighting, I was in school. Yeah, and I wanted to own my own gym. I wanted to be a weightlifting coach because I've always loved weightlifting. I've always enjoyed it, and I just wanted to have a gym like that. And now, as I was getting ready to do that, I started fighting, and then fighting took over, and so all right, that's what I'll do. So I might get back into that. Like, I'm really not that interested in having an MMA gym. I'm a huge coach. I've been coaching my whole life. I coach people online. I am a coach. I don't want to deal with the business side of it because I've been around so many MMA fighters. I don't want to deal with MMA fighters. so if I could have a weightlifting specialized dynamic fitness is what it'll be called. If I can do that when I'm done fighting, I'll be a happy man.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I subscribed to the what's the website called? Because I saw the shout out after Karate Combat, and I was like, after that performance, I need to see what this man knows, what he's trying to teach. Because man, you was throwing kicks and
school.
like it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's school. SKOOL. Smile and sweating, or smile and striking. And I'm coaching. I've got about 1,600 people on there, but then that's the free side. So that's the side that's free for everyone. I've got a paid side of things too, where you'll get even more of me, where we talk weekly, where I have interviews every week. Like I had Dan Henderson, I had Chris Curtis. This week I'm gonna have Trevor Wells. I'm gonna get Sean Strickland on there eventually.
Hell yeah.
They're able to talk with me and talk directly to the members of my school class, and I'm really enjoying it.
Hell yeah, man. That's beautiful. You got animated. I can tell you're passionate about it. That's cute. That's beautiful. That's what I like to see, man. And have other fighters on, be able to pick their minds about striking and all that. That's genius.
Yeah, and as you've seen, I've got like full how you should work out, what you should be working on, the things you need to know to become a successful MMA fighter. I have those. I've got it's essentially like 9 weeks of lessons. I have a lot of everything I've done to become the Karate Combat light heavyweight and heavyweight champion. It was all on there. But then you also have me. I'm when I'm done talking with you guys, I'm going to film some footage to answer some questions for some of my students, and it's a wonderful life.
Speaking of being double champ, you're in a sport where like time is really, really not on your side when it comes to combat fighting, and like to go on the, not to bring it up, but to go on the skid you were on in UFC, to leave there, to go to Karate Combat and do what you've done, man. Like, you made your pro debut in 2008, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Like, yeah, what do you contribute to this? In my opinion, is like the greatest resurgence in the history of combat sports, honestly, when you really look at it on paper. Wait, what's that?
Oh, you're back.
Did you say we
you're back? You disappeared on me, but you're back.
Oh,
yeah, you did. You were both of y'all were gone, but now you're back.
Oh, well, my question is like, what do you contribute to this resurgence? Because in my opinion, this is like the greatest resurgence in the history of combat sports when you really think about it. When you think about who you just knocked out, like you just knocked out a guy with a kickboxing record of 101-7.
Dude, he's supposed to fight
101-7.
That dude was scheduled to fight
101. I'm going to say it again, 101-7. I think there should be an 8 next to his record now. I'm going to try to change that on Wikipedia if I can. But 101-7, man, and he is in everybody's top 10 as one of the greatest kickboxers ever. Like, has that really sunk in? Like, what do you contribute to the resurgence of Sam Alvey?
I'm good at fighting. Like I am. Even in my skid in the UFC, I knew how good I was. I know if you watch a lot of those fights, I felt I won those fights. I've rewatched them all 1,000 times. So there were a lot of bad decisions in there, but I still lost. I needed to change something. And that's kind of where my school SKOL program came in, is I went back to what I started doing. I went back to the basics. I went back to just having a lot more fun with training, as opposed to knowing I have to win. And with the lightheartedness of it, I've just had so much success. The pit itself has helped me. I've always been such a counter striker. Where the bell rings, I back up and I keep my back foot on the cage. With the pit, I can't do that. With the pit, I have no choice but to go forward. So it's turned me into a more aggressive fighter. And it has really all helped me become the fighter I now am. I joined Karate Combat, and I was supposed to be a highlight reel for everyone. Like they had hopes for me to be a skid mark on their roster, and not in a mean way. They were just. I mean, my first fight was against Adam Ramos. We had a decent record. But
Hmm.
my second fight was against Ross Levine, who was the middleweight champion, who hasn't lost a fight in decades. He might have more fights than me too. He was as good as it's ever been. That was my first real fight in karate combat. And then they had me up against I think it was a third degree black belt in Arroyo, who I got headbutted but fought him again, beat him, and then they threw me at Spong, and Spong was supposed to win. Spong was on paper. I was such a big underdog, but I know how good I am. I know what I'm good at. I know the little things I've been able to tweak since leaving the UFC have paid off. When I'm able to pull the trigger a little faster, a little more willing to pull that trigger than I've ever been before, it helps me a ton. And that's exactly what I did. I was able to pull that trigger. I was able to push myself forward. I was able to stick to a game plan and perform like I knew needed to be done. And it worked. And I beat maybe the greatest kickboxer of all time. Like, the only two people you could really say are better kickboxers than him are Henry Hoof and Gokhan Saki, and they cornered him. So
Damn, that's
it was
brutal.
right. It may be the biggest win of my career. It's between him and Rashad Evans, and he was Rashad Evans' coach. So
Damn, I didn't know that.
I don't know how long he was his coach, but he was Rashad's coach. He was part of the Black Zillions for a while.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, and I've gotten such a pop off this win, and I know for a fact, I call out Eddie Hall after the fight, and I know for a fact Karate Combat is trying to get that fight to happen, and I know for a fact Eddie Hall is not going to let that fight happen. I know for a fact he 100% chance he's gonna ask for more money than he's worth. 100% chance he's gonna try and get millions of dollars to fight me, and it's kind of like what John Jones is doing to Aspinall. He's just going to ask for more money than they're going to pay, and the fight will never happen. But right, that is what is going to happen. 100% chance. Eddie Hall, you're a wonderful person. I love your content, but I don't blame you, and I don't blame you for running.
I've said the same thing about Jones for a while. I said he's going to continue to ask for more money than the UFC is willing to pay for, and that's going to be his cop out.
Yeah, it's just hey, I'm not trying to duck, you know what I mean? Like, but we didn't make the negotiation. Like, we get it. We know what they're doing. We see it.
Damn straight.
Yeah,
dude, I really want to go to I really want to go to a karate combat event, man. They look so much fun. I know a lot of people that are going.
They are more fun than UFC events. It's more free. Now there are no seats, like you're kind of standing there, but it's so much more fun, and it depends on where you're at. Like sometimes there are seats, but a lot of times the whole arena is on its feet, standing. You are looking at these fighters eye to eye. You're not looking up at a screen. You're not looking over. You're watching the fights as close to live as it's ever been. I mean, there's no cage in the way. They are so much more fun.
Yeah, I saw that they had. You see they had the influencer fight like application. I signed up for that bad boy, man. I was like, dude, I'll fight in the pit. That looks like fun, man.
Oh, it is. It's next level. It is more fun than a UFC event. I love the UFC. I mean, I made a career out of UFC. Karate Combat is more fun.
I believe it. It just seems intimate, and like damn near primal, man. Like this is real mark. You know what I mean? Y'all are in a pit, bro. Like it doesn't get any like more combat than that to me, man. That shit is in the production 100%. Is beautiful.
I'm good friends with Mac. I know Mac's you know. I know you know Mac Molly. I'm pretty good friends with him.
Oh yeah,
and he used to do some work for Karate Combat. And he's the one that made me want to go more than anybody. Honestly, like he made it look like a really dope experience.
Mac's great. He was I want to say my first 2 fights for Karate Combat. He was working with him. No, he's great at his job. He's got a real personality to him and a real presentation to him. He's wonderful.
Yeah, he's. I met him. I met him through fighting him in UFC games online. That's funny.
Which one of you were Smilin Sam?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. It's not easy, but I have wins with you on that game, buddy. I promise you, I do.
Not they need to make it Karate Combat game.
The best. They don't give you the best statistics, but I've gotten dubs with you.
I actually love having. I think I'm the worst player in the game, the worst character in the game. I've been in UFC 3, 4, and 5. Just terrible character, but I'm so bad at character. I'm now a challenge for people to beat the game with. So I get played a lot because of it. And the more people play me, the more I get paid at the end of the year. So I encourage you, beat the game with Smilin Sam. I love that I'm the worst character in the game because more people play with me.
Say less. I'm about to upload some highlights.
You get paid for people playing as you?
Yeah. So most years I've been paid $2,500 a year. This last year I got $5,000 because everybody's been playing with the worst character in the game. Yeah.
Dude, I will literally intentionally start playing with you every time I go in that weight class online from now on.
I'm telling you. I had no idea.
It's great. I love it. And I get tagged, and it helps with my content online too because I get tagged all the time. Sam, your character's terrible. How do you feel about that? That I'm in a game. I could care less how good my guy is. I'm in a game.
And get paid.
Yeah. If I were to die today, my kids could play me the rest of their lives.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Dude, that means I've been running up Tim Means numbers, bro. I've been getting James Vick paid, bro. I had no idea. Damn. Hey, I'm about to start playing with you more. I had no idea it was like that.
I'm glad I only use fighters that I genuinely like.
Yeah, good.
That's
man, I ain't trying to hold you up, brother. I know you got stuff going on. You said you just went and got groceries for your food truck and all that. Shout out food truck. That's beautiful too.
Yeah, if you want to give your food,
we are the
food idea you ran a food truck.
Oh yeah,
one more time,
we are the food fight truck, which is like the
food fight truck.
Oh, we are the food fight truck. It's like the greatest name of food truck that's ever been. I just love that name. Deep dish Chicago style pizza is our specialty, but then we do everything else too.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, man, I can't thank you enough for hopping on, chatting with us.
Oh, you're
really,
very welcome.
Appreciate your time.
Let's do this again and figure out how we can battle on Smash Bros.
Dude, I would love nothing more.
I'm gonna let you guys set that up, man. And whoever it is, your next opponent, man, whether it be Eddie Hall or Jake Paul, man, I got $50 on you.
The underdog king, man.
Luke Rockhold is still on my bucket list. So I hope he mans up too. He's been dodging me for a minute. Yeah.
No, he doesn't want that either.
He got that last win over what's his name? The kickboxing dude. What was his name? You know what I'm talking about? The guy that knocked the guy out of the bar.
Yeah, was it Smoking Joe?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I was like, so he's got a little bit of steam.
Yeah, I tell you what.
But Alvey just knocked out Tyrone Spong. You know how many people are.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I am the first person to ever knock out Tyrone Spong.
Well, you shut him down the whole fight, man. Like, and
he's never been knocked out.
Kicking him out, kickboxing.
He's never been knocked out. He's been TKO'd, never knocked out.
I mean, you put him out with that last
people
fight.
People are gonna be avoiding you like the smiling plague now.
Again, I appreciate you guys having me on. I'd love to come back on at any time. Maybe when Rockhold answers the phone, we can get back on and talk about him.
Hey, sounds like a plan, man. Thank you again for hopping on, brother. We appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome. Have a wonderful night, fellas.
Happy belated Mother's Day to your wife, brother.
Oh, I will let her know from you.
Right. Take it easy, man. Thank you again.
All right, have a good one, guys.
First I'm playing a scary game that if you scream, you die. They can't talk in the normal